What is going on, guys? I don't know if you've seen my stories or not lately, but we have had a crazy amount of rain where I live, but we finally have a nice and sunny day. So being that it's the first sunny day, I would actually love to do a freestyle video for you, but I don't want to have to clean the mud off of a quad, so we're gonna do a long range flight. You see the fields out in the distance, you see the new build. We're gonna go for it today. Funny enough, I've never actually been to this location that I'm currently at. I've driven past it a million times and I always look at the fields, but I never looked at the building. This is actually an abandoned school. I'm not gonna trespass or anything here, but this is actually an abandoned school, so maybe a potential freestyle spot in the future. So we'll have to come back and check this out. Now, you may be wondering, you said long range, you said 7-inch. Well, what happened to that JohnnyFPV 7-inch quad that you were ranting and raving about? This is obviously not that quad. I'm not gonna get into that now. I will save all of that for the review video, but obviously this is a iFlight Chimera 7. It is rocking full iFlight internals because iFlight. And then it has the Brother Hobby Avenger 2806.5. They are 1300 kV motors. And yeah, rocking some 7.5-inch props. Again, I won't go into too much detail about why I'm flying this now, but I'm going to be flying this quad today. This is not the maiden flight. I have done not a bunch, but I've done about probably 10 flights with this quad. This is going to be the first flight putting it out at a significant distance. I'll put it up on the screen right now, but I believe those fields, I believe they span about 3 kilometers, maybe like 2.8 kilometers. You can see some buildings past that is more fields. So we're gonna stick to the fields, stick to where it's open. I do have a lot of trust in this quad. This is the pack that I'm going to be flying today. It is the AU line 4500 milliamp hour 6S Lion. And I will admit, it was big on the JohnnyFPV build. It is tiny on the Chimera. Honestly, too small. Should be running a 6000, but this is what I have for right now because I am too cheap to buy new Lion batteries. I know FPV is expensive, blah blah blah. I'm not going to get into that right now, but yeah, this is the battery that we're going to be flying. Like I said, I got about 15 minutes with this pack before, so should be more than enough to go about 3 kilometers. Most of you guys will say 3 kilometers is not long range. I will admit it's not long range. It's honestly medium range, but we're just using it as a test today. So we talked about the quad, we talked about the battery, we talked about the location. I think without further ado, let's get it up in the air and see what we could do. All right, so that's takeoff. Gonna come up around the building and then we're gonna go. Actually, we'll rotate top and then go. So I do apologize if the stick cam is not completely straight. The screen on my Action 2 is blown out, so yeah, I can't see what you see. Right now we're sitting at around 70 kilometers per hour, around 50 meters, 28 satellites, holding strong. I'm using Gemini X150 right now, and yeah, we'll just keep it high, keep good signal, and we'll be good. RSRN will drop in and out, but I'm going to keep a closer eye on my link quality and of course my DJI signal. So that's around 1 kilometer, still sitting perfect signal. Amp draw is low at 20 amps and batteries are holding strong. That's a little bit past 1.5. When I measure these fields, they should be a little bit past 2. And we still have perfect signal strength. DJI is dropping down to like 50s. Raise altitude a little bit. There's a bug on my neck. All right, I'm hoping to do 3 kilometers and then I'll bring it back in. And that'd be 6 kilometers round trip. LQ just dropped to 99, back to 100. And that's 3 kilometers. And I'm gonna bring it back right now. Like I said, 3 kilometers is nothing for most of you long range guys. But for me, I just want to make sure that this quad is good to go further. You know what I mean? Work out in small little steps first, and then from there we go further and further. So 3 kilometers, 6 kilometers total trip. I'm going to bring it back in. I apologize, this is not the Swiss Alps. This is not some crazy exciting location. It's just some really nice fields. But for me, I'm using it as a little bit of a benchmark. Battery is sitting fine at 3.5. Something did bite my arm. Again, this is a Lion, so we could go down to 2.8 easy. I did have the throttle a little bit higher. I'm sitting at 50% throttle right now, which is not ideal, but we're just doing a little test run here. I will also look into why my RSRN keeps dropping so low. I know that is just signal to noise ratio, and as long as the LQ is up high, we're fine, but it is annoying to have that flashing out. So maybe I will switch that out to RSSI. Again, this is more of the test flight to make sure everything is good. So look, 6 kilometers, round trip, still at 3.5. Let's keep going. Avoid these houses. Again, the thumbnail might say, you know, testing my long range quad, but I will admit this is not long range. It is more so medium range testing, but we're just making sure the quad is able to do 3 kilometers, because it wouldn't be the best idea to send this quad out 7 kilometers if it can't do 3 kilometers, you know? And like I said, I will go out and purchase larger packs so we can go further. Also, me sitting at 50% throttle definitely does not help the situation. I'm gonna shoot for around 10 minutes of flight. Like I said, the whole sitting higher throttle was not ideal. This battery is also not ideal for this quad, but just a test. I'm also getting chewed up by the bugs right now. Really annoying. All right, that's 8 minutes. Total flight has been 10 kilometers. and we're sitting at 3.3 volts. This quad also has a GoPro on top, as you can see. Because of how good the O4 Pro is and because I can actually stabilize it, I could take the GoPro off and easily gain some more time. But for right now, we are flying it with the GoPro because we can. I could also feel the battery sagging a little bit at 3.2, 3.25. But we'll see if we could get that nice little 10 minutes. Like I said, I did do 15 minutes, but that really was just like putzing around. I wasn't really putting much throttle, if any, into the flight. That's 9 minutes, total of 11 kilometers. Thirty more seconds, we'll be at 10 minutes. I know, riveting flight footage. 10 seconds, 8, 7, 5, 2, 1. There you go. 10 minutes, we're at 3.2 volts, 11.7 kilometers total flight. Should I push that to 12? No, let's be safe. We'll bring it in. All right, well, quad is back, and yeah, I'm laughing because I know the top comment is going to be, dude, that's a lie on, take it down to 2.8. You could have gone out to 5 kilometers. You could have gone to 7 kilometers, blah, blah, blah. Like, I know, but like I said, this is the test flight. In my mind, to go 5 kilometers, you got to go 3 kilometers. So take the extra time, make sure you could go 3 kilometers first, then push it from there. So the next flight will be either 5 or 7 in a little bit of a better location. I know I mentioned it while I was recording that my signal to noise ratio was going crazy. I didn't realize it when I parked here, but this is a noisy environment. I am next to a fire station, and obviously the fire station has their own antenna, which is going to cause interference. There is a transformer right there, which is going to cause interference. And then you could see the power lines right there, but I believe the biggest interference is that fire station, which is my bad. Obviously, link quality is going to be the most important statistic we have. My link quality was pinned at 100 the entire time, so I know I could go further, but as your signal to noise ratio decreases, eventually your link quality will start to decrease, and then yeah, you'll have to turn around. But I did have a very, very clear picture of where I was going, so that wasn't really an issue. Again, just a noisy RF area where I am right now. So not the end of the world. We'll do a little more testing. I will probably put RSSI back onto my OSD. I took it off for a while because signal to noise ratio is good to have. Maybe I'll keep all 3 on them. Maybe, I don't know. Like I said, this is the first test of this quad. So yeah, I know not the most exciting location. It is not the Swiss Alps. It's not a mountain in the middle of nowhere or a big waterfall, but this is what I have for right now. And who knows, maybe once we get this quad dialed in, I will be able to go out to a very nice location like that. But for now, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you're running on your OSD as far as RSRN, RSSI, LQ. Just let me know what you thought of the flight. And also, don't forget about this location. Leave a comment if you'd like to see me come back and crash a 5-inch quad into a building, potentially, maybe, we'll see. But yeah, let me know down below what you thought, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.